What's up guys, Bloodshed here. Today I'm going to share my favorite goblin runs with you guys. They're also good for rainbow goblins, menagerist goblins, all that stuff. But first, the reason why we're even doing a goblin route video mid-season is A, it's been a while. It's been about 9-10 months since our last video about the goblins. But B, I was on the PTR and I heard a rumor that on the PTR the first time you do a rainbow run or consecutive times you get like forgotten souls and a lot of other crafting materials. It's a little bit juicier now to do rainbow runs. So one of the bros in chat was like, hey Blood, I have a portal if you want to join and check out the new goodies. I said sure. I go to the game, I try to click on the portal, it doesn't let me in the portal. Now as you know, on live servers you can join other people's portals. Once you kill the rainbow goblin, the portal spawns. You can join after the portal spawns, no problem, you can get in. But on the PTR, it's looking like it's not happening. Hopefully it's a bug, but it's very concerning if it's not a bug, because if it's not a bug, that means we can't share rainbow runs anymore. And if we can't share rainbow runs, that means it's significantly harder to get cosmic wings next patch, unless of course they add Lillian buff rate next patch. I don't know what they're gonna plan, but here's a clip from the live stream of me trying to get in. So we're gonna explore this. A big shout out to Iron Pally. I gotta give him some points. I cannot teleport to that area. They changed it? No! They changed it too. You can't get in. Wow, dude. Look, you cannot teleport. You can't share rainbow runs with your friends anymore. That sucks, dude. I hope this is a bug. Okay, so you can see why I'm really concerned about getting my cosmic wings here in season 9 before season 10, before patch 2.5 drops. So the first run I like to do, just like last time, is Act 1 Northern Highlands. You can get a goblin on the bottom and the top section of the Northern Highlands. I like to start up by going clockwise around the zone. And you do want to leave your sound effects on. You go to your options menu, go to sound, and it's only effects that affect goblins, not voice, not ambient, and not music. So just effects and master volume, obviously, and enable sound. And yeah, so I go this, I go clockwise, and I kind of swoop double back here, and you can hear them off screen in a giant radius. And then I go up the stairs. Oops, missed the stairs. I've only done this 1,000 times. Go up to the top level, and I kind of do the same thing, a giant clockwise motion throughout the zone, just to try to hear the little buggers. Nothing in northern, but you can see it's just a loop through here, go up the stairs, another loop through the top section. Now we're going to go from northern, we're going to go to southern highlands. Again, it's in act 1. Once you port into southern highlands, we're going to cross the bridge, and you want to pick up pools of reflections and things like that when you're going through the zones. That way when you're passively killing mobs, you're at least getting some sort of reward. People ask me what's the best difficulty to farm on. For rainbow goblins, it doesn't matter what difficulty you farm on. For cosmetics, for the menagerist goblin, it doesn't matter what difficulty you farm on. But the difficulty does affect like the amount of gold, blood shards, items you get, all that stuff. But if you're just solely looking for cosmetics, I would farm on whatever you can speed farm. So for me, it's like T11 is really easy. So I would do something like that. Okay, so you're going to port to the waypoint, do a big loop again until you find Cave of the Moon Clan. And just like Northern Highlands, you can get goblins on the first floor and the second floor of Cave of the Moon Clan. So if you find one here, you can find one in the second as well. So make sure you're thorough and you go through and check both. There's a pool of reflection we were talking about. Level 2. Let's see if we get a goblin. It's really rare to blank on both of these, so there has to be a goblin in here. There's no way. There we go. Okay, I was getting nervous, man. We got to the end. I was getting nervous. So we just got a basic goblin, not a problem. From Act 1, also, I like to go to the World Crypts right after that. These are just like, there's a lot of good runs in the game, and these are just like my favorite ones that, we've been running on stream. If you've been watching the live stream, we have over 325, okay, rainbow goblin kills. Here's a goblin here. Here's a jelly gob. We love jelly gobs. Not on normal difficulty, but normally jellies are good. If you didn't see a goblin there, you would traverse all the way to the end and just make sure that there's no other goblins here. Like so. So we got 2 goblins out of 3 runs, not bad. And from the Royal, we're going to go to Cathedral 2. The reason why we're going to Cathedral 2 is because we can find goblins while we're running around the cathedral, but we want to find the Orc's Passage. The Orc's Passage is always on a giant main road close to the waypoint. So I didn't find it that way, so I immediately scale back, and it's right here. It's always pretty close. There's one tile set where it's really far away, but it's faster than going from the old ruins waypoint. Normally we go to the old ruins and go all the way down to Leorix, but I like to go to Cathedral 2 and jump into the waypoint here. And a lot of times you can hear the goblin ahead of time, but it looks like maybe not here. Okay. You can full clear the cathedral. I found many rainbows here in the cathedral, but I'm just kind of showing you my top runs. That completes Act 1 for me, but again, there are notable runs like Festering Woods, Halls of Agony 2, lots of good runs in general. But those are the ones I like to do in Act 1. For Act 2, I like to go to the city of CALDEUM. This is kind of newer run I got on board with because it is so fast. City of CALDEUM. Right, Act 2, and then you just jump in the sewer. The sewer is always right here next to the waypoint. Hop in the sewer and go, and we have a pet goblin right there. So I know I killed it really fast, but yeah, you can see in the chat it was a Menagerist goblin. So we found a pet goblin here. Great. I don't zone in, so I'll finish the run so you guys can see. I just kind of go like this, look around. I don't zone into the next area because you can't go back. You can teleport out of the next area, but I just kind of look around. If I don't see it, then that's it, and then I just go. They just keep the runs fast and efficient. Also in Act 2, I love the Ancient Waterway. So now we're going to head over to the Ancient Waterway, and we do the western channel up here and the eastern channel to the right. Okay, well, I don't go into the waterlogged passage, but maybe some people do, but this is what I do. Western, I run down here. Same thing like the sewers. We just kind of just run through the sewers. We don't go to every nook and cranny. Unless we hit a dead end, then, you know, we have to find our way out. But yeah, just look around for the exit, because you same thing, you can find a goblin in the western channel 1, western channel 2. You can also find a goblin in eastern channel 1 and eastern channel 2. So a lot of these runs you want to clear both floors. There's a pool we talked about, resplendent. You want to pop chests if you're on like a seasonal, like if it's season 10 or whatever season you're on, just because you get the extra loot and it does add up. Nothing here. Let's go back. From here I like to teleport back to the waterway and then jump in the eastern channel, just like we talked about. Let's head over. Running down the sewers. Oh, there's a goblin. Yeah, an insufferable miscreant. So we got that. Very nice, like the goblin. So since we got one here, we can still get a second one. So I run to the end. Even though this time spent is kind of useless since we found a goblin, I still like to check the second level. Eastern channel level 2. Let's look for another one. There's another pool, another resplendent. Gotta love that, man. I'm just here on normal, so I'm not bothered by mobs too much, and I can focus on the runs itself and not like rip on stream. So after completing the city of CALDEUM sewers and the ancient waterway, I go to Act 3, the Tower of the Dam and the Tower of the Curse. We did these in our previous videos as well. But what I started doing is not just clearing the top levels, I started clearing 3 levels. So here in the Tower of the Damned, you run through, and you can go counterclockwise if you like, or clockwise, it doesn't matter. Either way, you have to do a loop and listen for goblins and hook down. So this is kind of a little bit of backtracking the way I do it, but it kind of feels natural to run down the stairs like that for me. So I do the top level, then I do the second level. Same thing, they're just really quick runs, especially if you have a fast build like the chicken build or anything. A lot of classes have speed builds, so. The Tower of the Damned, you can do the 3 levels, and Tower of the Cursed, you can only do 2. So it's 3 and 2. So the third level is called Heart of the Damned. So I'm going to keep running through, looking for a goblin. And let's go to the Tower of the Cursed. So here we are in the Tower of the Cursed. And let's see what we get. Here we go. Treasure Goblin. Nice, nice. Let's run to the second level. If you happen to find a Rainbow Goblin, make sure you leave the game and reset. Because if you find a second Rainbow Goblin, it's actually going to give you a portal to the same exact instance you just completed. So that's why you see us leave a lot of times if we find a rainbow and then we just leave. If you find a Menagerist, you can actually find 2 Menagerists and it gives you new pets every time. But rainbows itself, you gotta remake the game. That completes Act 3. I do skip Act 4 completely and I go to Act 5, Pandemonium Fortress level 1. Okay, so Pandemonium Fortress is really unique because every single time, and I farmed here a lot, every single time you find a goblin in Pando Fortress, you can always be guaranteed to get a second goblin. So I just kind of run around like aimlessly And okay, so perfect. I'm so happy we got a goblin here. So we got this goblin, right? No matter what happens, alright? I know even if the situation gets dire and there's one little corner of the map, search everywhere because there will be a guaranteed second goblin every single time. Oop, there's some up here. Let's check up here. Nothing. This is a really good example. I'm happy that this happened kind of organically because it does happen like this a lot where you won't be able to find it and then it's just like in the corner somewhere tucked away. There's another pool of reflection. Nothing. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. We have to have faith, man. Yeah, you hear it? There it is, blue gob. Perfect. That's the thing about pandos. It's really unique. If you do find one, it's really lucrative for you for goblin runs. So these are my favorite goblin runs. This concludes like my top runs. There's a lot of notable runs. I've been trying to tell you guys about them. Like you can full clear the cathedral, like we talked about. You can do if you need the falcon wings, you can do Gardens of Hope tier 1. Another notable place for goblins is the Silver Spire. I found many rainbow goblins here in the Silver Spire. It's kind of opposite of the runs that I like to do because it's so open and goblins can be anywhere. But you can just wander aimlessly, and then whenever you feel like you cleared out a big section, you can just hear it. You can hear it. There we go. This is a good example. Odious Collector. I just wander aimlessly from the waypoint, and then whenever I feel like I cleared most of it, I just leave. The Weeping Hollow has the Live More pet. The Live More pet is the zombie girl. Where is she? Right here. The Live More pet. So you can go to Act 1. Weeping Hollow has a really good chance to get goblins. And if you find the pet, make sure if you don't, make sure you leave and ask people if you have a clan. Say, hey man, does anyone need the Live More pet? Because I feel like they lowered the spawn rate on her. She seems to be really rare. Like back in the day, we would find her maybe like 1 in 50 flips, 50 games. Now it feels like even more rare than before. So a great place to find goblins and a rare pet if you don't have it, especially. It's almost like you're knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone with all your farming and everything. So the rare mob is called Ravi Lilywhite, and it's a wretched mother just like this, except for that's not the one. That's Tiffany. Festering Woods we talked about earlier. I'll just kind of show you the way I run through the Festering Woods as well. Kind of run around aimlessly because you want to be efficient. You don't want to be like spending so much time, and you want to trust your hearing that you can hear a goblin off screen as well. So running around trying to see if I hear anything. You don't want to like not go you want to try to cover as much ground as possible, but not like search in every corner like I was saying. So that just about does it for here. Festering Woods is pretty good. I would have heard it. I think goblins can spawn anywhere, but those are just my favorite runs that I like to do. Anyways guys, that's gonna be all for me today. This video was like an impromptu public service announcement about the possible Rainbow Goblin change. Again, I'm just kind of being preemptive in case they nerf the portal. We want to try to get them when it's easier to share runs, join communities, and things like that. Big shout out to my patrons out there. You definitely help keep the YouTube channel healthy and alive. I appreciate your support. Big shout out to the Twitch subs. You as well. Keep the live stream going strong. Thank you guys so much for all the support and all the comments and likes. I do appreciate everything, you guys. That's gonna be all for me today. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.